straight?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
Move it again. Should just let
All right, there you go.
Just move it. Just move it. Just move it. Because June can attest last time when we tried to do this, they cut off like 30 to 40, no,
Yeah, about
about an hour actually.
wow.
A time about some certain things that we talked about. So I'm gonna actually end up re-recording that portion and then add to it later. But you know, we've been going over faith or pay action, and it's just imperative in this day and time that we realize that our faith is not supposed to be in man. Man does have wisdom, but the wisdom of man should not be our Elohim or God. And there's a lot of people who are just so stuck on man. So to understand faith, I think it's imperative that we go over the father of faith. Like, who does the Bible say is the father of faith?
well, the father of faith.
No, the earthly father of
The
faith.
earthly father of faith.
Who originally was the covenant given to?
Oh, Moshe.
No, before that.
Before Moshe.
Yeah, because he had many sons, and many sons had Abraham.
That's right.
So the father of faith, because there are certain things that he did, and the thing that we're really going to focus on is diligently seeking him. So it's pay action, faith by diligently seeking him, the father of faith. So we're going over Abraham. So before we begin, like we always do, we're going to go to the instructions of the Most High. And we're going to Deuteronomy 1. And we are going to read Deuteronomy 1. There and I'll start it off. I'm already there, duh. Okay, so, and it says, "These be the words which Moshe spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazeroth and Dizahab. These are 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea. And it came to pass in the 40th year, in the 11th month of the first day of the month, that Moshe spake unto the children of Israel, according unto all that Yahuwah had given him in commandment unto them. And he had slain Sihon, the king of the Amorites." So in case you don't know, the Amorites were giants, "which dwelt in Heshbon, and Og," we read about Og, which I'm about to really go in about Og here in a little bit, "and Og, the king of Bashan, which dwelt at Ashtaroth in Edrei." So there was a place called Ashtaroth, and we know she's a false deity. "On this side, Jordan, in the land of Moab, began Moshe to declare this Torah, or this law, saying, Yahuwah our Elohim spake unto us in Horeb, saying, You have dwelt long enough in this mount. Turn you and take your journey and go to the mount of the Amorites." So the Most High is telling them to go to where the headquarters of where these giants live. These half men, half amazing, half angelic beings live. "And unto all the places nigh thereunto, in the plain, in the hills, and in the vale, and in the south, and by the seaside, to the land of the Canaanites, and unto Lebanon, unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which Yahuwah sware unto your fathers, Abraham, the father of faith, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and to their seed after them." So the Most High, what did he just tell them to do?
To go into the land before you.
And to take it.
possession of this land.
And so he gave them his word. Because he said, okay, now this is the time.
Because he swore unto Abraham.
There you go. Because he said that this is the time that I'm going to fulfill the oath or the promise that I have said to you. Okay, so let's see how the children of Israel react. "And I spake unto you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone." So this is Moshe, bless you. God bless you. Yahuwah, your Elohim, hath multiplied you, and behold, you are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. Yahuwah, Elohim of your fathers, make you 1,000 times so many more as you are, and bless you as he hath promised you. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance and your burden and your strife? So this is Moshe letting them know there's too many people for me to be able to be the only judge. So then he says, take you wise men and understanding and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. And you answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you. Captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes. And I changed your judges at that time, saying, hear the cause between your brother and judge righteously. I thought no one can judge me. So Moshe, he's setting people up to judge people, because we have to be able to judge between clean and unclean, profane and the common and uncommon, or unclean. The causes between your brother, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. You shall not respect persons in judgment, but you shall hear the small as well as the great. You shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Elohim's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear you. And I commanded you at that time all the things which you should do. And when we departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness, which you saw by the way of the mountain of the Amorites, as Yahuwah, our Elohim, commanded us, and we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, you are come unto the mountain of the Amorites, which Yahuwah, our Elohim, doth give unto us. June, can you continue?
Behold, Elohim thy, behold, Yah, thy Elohim, hath set the land before thee. Go up and possess it. The land before thee. As Elohim, as Yah, Elohim of thy fathers, have said unto thee, fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me, every one of you, and said, we will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land, and bring us word again by what way we must go up, and into what cities we shall come. And the saying pleased me well. And I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe. And they turned and went up into the mountain, and came unto the valley of Eshcol, and searched it out. And they took of the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, it is a good land which Yah, our Elohim, do give us. Notwithstanding ye would not go up, but rebelled against the commandment of Yah, your Elohim.
So does it sound like they have the faith that they're supposed to have? The Most High told him to go there and possess the land, that he said that he was going to fulfill the promise that he had given to our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Jacob. And they're being what? They're being disobedient. Okay, keep going.
And ye murmured in your tents, and said, because Yah hated us, he hath brought us forth out of the land of Egypt, and delivered us into the hand of Amorites to destroy us. So they lacking faith for real.
Yeah, for real.
Because he told them that this land is promised to you. But anyways, whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, the people is greater, and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven, and moreover we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. Yah, your Elohim, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. And in the wilderness where thou hast seen how Yah thy Elohim bare thee, as a man do bear his son, in all the way that ye went into until ye came into this place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe Yah your Elohim, who went in the way.
Wait, they didn't what?
They didn't believe him.
So they ain't have no faith.
Right.
None at all.
Doubted him from the start.
So they didn't believe him.
And even after what they seen in Egypt, they still doubt him.
That's crazy.
I mean, I know Moshe did some crazy stuff, man, but like, these are giants, man. I don't think the Most High can do that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Okay, keep going.
33, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who went in the way before you to search you out a place to pitch your tents in fire by night, to shew you by what way ye should go, and in a cloud by day. And Yah heard the voice of your words, and was wroth and sware, saying, surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land, which I swear to give unto your fathers. Save Caleb, the son of,
Zephaniah?
is that what that is?
Hold on. Caleb.
36.
Yeah, Zephaniah.
Yephaniah. And shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he hath trodden upon, and to his children, because he hath wholly followed Yahuwah. Also, Yah was angry with me for your sakes, saying, thou also shalt not go in thither. Or thither.
So you're not supposed to, like, you're not going to go in there.
But Joshua, the son of Nun, which standeth before thee, he shall go in thither. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit. Moreover, your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in thither, and unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it.
See, and this is why even the Messiah, he would always say, like, except you become as a child, you shall not inherit the kingdom. Because when the kingdom was established, even in their day, anybody over 20 years and up, they didn't make it. That's why we have to be like a child, because it said they didn't know, they had no knowledge between good and evil. So it's like that's why you're always supposed to be renewing your mind. Always supposed to be, studying his word day and night, You want to go this one? You got that?
What number are we on?
40.
Okay. But as for you, turn you, and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said unto me, we have sinned against Yahuwah. We will go up and fight, according to all that Yahuwah, our Yah, commanded us. And when he had girded on every man his weapon of war, you were ready to go up into the hill. And then Yahuwah said unto me, say unto them, go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you, lest ye be smitten before your enemies. So I spake unto you, and ye would not hear, but rebelled against the commandments of Yahuwah, and went presumptuously up into the hill. And the Amorites, did I say that right? Which dwelt in that mountain, came out against you, and chased you, as bees do, and destroyed you in Seir, even into Harmon. And ye returned and wept before Yahuwah, but Yahuwah would not hearken to your voice, nor give ear unto you. So ye abode in Kadesh many days, according unto the days that you abode there.
Okay. So now, the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, that's like the book of basically of the receipts of faith. So we're going to go to Hebrews 11. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. What is faith?
Hebrews 11.
Anybody? What's faith?
Faith is a devotion with no questions, basically.
Devotion with no questions?
Just having
Faith is believing.
Believing
Believing.
believing in whatever it is you believe in, like, no doubt,
Right.
without having doubt.
Right. And then we also know that faith without works
Is
or
dead.
action behind it is dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can somebody read Hebrews 11, verse 1?
11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So what is substance?
Substance, what is substance?
So
Is the substance.
In this context, it's like the Most High gives you a dream, and like you can see it in your mind, you can see it in your eyes. You pray about it, you speak about it, you start acting towards it, but no one else can believe it. It's the substance, but you don't have any evidence, but you know that it can be or it will be because the Most High's word cannot return unto Him void. So, in this day and age, because there are literal, we talked about this before, there's churches, assemblies, telling you to go get the jab. There's literally some churches that are allowing FEMA to come in and give it to you. And then, your son talked about there's another virus coming that's supposed to be even more deadly than coronavirus. Are you going to have faith in the Most High? Or is your faith going to go to this fear system that they keep us in a constant state of chaos?
Mm-hmm.
It's really it's literal magic. It's called chaos magic. That's literally what they're doing. And people are just so afraid, and everything that comes on the TV, people consider it as what? Gospel. Even though once they do their own research and it conflicts that, and you're just kind of like, well, if it's on the TV, it must be true.
It's gotta be real.
It's psychology.
It is psychology.
Yeah, so
It is psychology. It really is psychology. Okay. So now we're going to jump down to verse 6.
Still in 11.
Yeah. But without faith, because we know this, it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to Elohim must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. So, what does it mean to diligently seek Him?
Constantly, continuously seek Him. Any chance you get to seek Him.
Okay. I mean, that's good. That's actually right along with the definition. So we're going to go to the definition of the word. So it's G1567, exeteo. It means, like you said, to seek out, to search for, to seek out, i.e. investigate, scrutinize, to seek out for oneself, beg, crave. Now, then it says to demand back, require. So, which we'll get to that fourth one probably a little bit later. Yeah, we'll definitely get to that a little bit later. But like you said, it's to seek out, to search for. Like you got to investigate. You can't just believe everything that's on the surface. You can't just always believe everything on the TV. Like, how do we allow strangers to dictate everything that we think about? We don't know if they got these degrees that they're saying. They are literal actors hired by the government. And we place all of our faith into them. Like, man, can you speak of that person's character? He could be a Klansman. He could be a mass murderer. He could be a rapist. But people just want to just believe everything that this I don't know, dumb tube, death tube, machine tells us with no evidence.
Programmer.
Exactly. So again, to seek out, search for, investigate, scrutinize, and then for oneself, but also to demand back and require. To demand back and require. I'm going to say this one more time. To demand back and require. Okay.
shown on there.
What? Why is it not showing right there? Hold on. Let me. Okay, say. I don't know why it's not. Why? There we go.
Black screen.
Yeah, there we go. Now maybe it'll let me. From current slide. We good?
Mm-hmm.
It's on there?
Mhm.
Okay. Because I don't know why it's not going back to the slideshow thing. Keeps saying upload pending. So we're just going to move forward. So, how did Abraham diligently seek him? Man, from what we know about the definition, does the Bible tell us, well, the way the Bible's constructed now, tell us how he diligently sought him out? Yeah, you trying to read it first, but does it? Jeremiah, go ahead and read that for me. Genesis 12, verses 1 through 4.
I can't see it from here. Get right there. I can barely see it from here.
Genesis 12.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 70 and 500. Was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
So the reason why we went here is because it doesn't tell you necessarily how he ended up diligently seeking the Most High. We just read in verse 1 that the Most High is speaking to him. How does he know the Most High's voice? What did he do to get to that point to where the Most High is literally speaking with him? So I went here because it's not in the Bible the way it's constructed.
It's vague.
Right, very vague. It leaves some stuff out, right?
Vague description.
So now, because Jasher's mentioned twice in the Bible, we're going to read from the book of Jasher. Now, we're going to go to Jasher 9. And when somebody gets there, please read verse 6 for me.
Joshua 9,
Mhm.
verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And Abram was in Noah's house 39 years.
He was in whose house?
Noah's
Oh,
house.
okay.
And Abram knew Yahuwah from 3 years old, and he went in the ways of Yahuwah until the day of his death, as Noah and his son Shem had taught him. And all the sons of the earth in those days greatly transgressed against Yahuwah, and they rebelled against him, and they served other gods. And they forgot Yahuwah who had created them in the earth, and in the inhabitants of the earth made unto themselves. At that time every man his god, gods of wood and stone, which could neither speak, hear, nor deliver, and the sons of men served them, and they became their gods.
No, it says that he knew the Most High from 3 years old, but how did he diligently seek him? Because it says you have to investigate, you have to seek it out, you have to scrutinize and search out for yourself. How did he diligently seek him? Because in this time, our faith has got to be in the Most High, but how? What did he do? Like, where does it say that?
It don't say.
It's in Genesis, it's even more vague. It's just the Most High just talking to him, and you have no idea. Like, oh, okay, now we found out. Okay, from 3 years old, that's still like, man, from a shorty.
Yeah.
From a shorty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna keep going. Somebody read 7 through 10.
And the king and all of his servants, and Terah with all his household, were then the first of those that served gods of wood and stone.
So he comes from a house of paganism. Okay.
And Terah had 12 gods of large size made of wood and stone, after the 12 months of the year.
How many months of the year we got now?
Something like 12.
You know they're all named after a different guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's kind of strange.
I never knew that.
Janice, January? Yeah.
What about February?
It's just
I forget the one for that. But
It's
yeah.
just like the days of the week.
Yeah, they're all named after it. Thursday is Thor's
Because
Day.
in Genesis, that's
Thor.
why it says just, that was the
Wow.
first day, but the Romans gave it
Right,
names.
what they wanted.
Each day of the week name.
Right.
And let me start that up. What? No, I'm on
And
9.
no, you're on 8.
I'm still on 8.
Yeah.
All right,
Just go ahead.
Just started.
Yeah.
And Terah had 12 gods of large size made of wood and stone, after the 12 months of the year. And he served each one monthly. And every month Terah would bring his meat offering and drink offering to his gods. Thus did Terah all the days.
Mm.
It's Terah.
Torah.
And all that generation were wicked in the sight of Yahuwah. And they thus made every man his God. But they forsook Yahuwah, who had created them. Still doing that to this day.
Boy, ain't nothing doing in the sun.
And there was not a man found in those days in the whole earth who knew Yahuwah, for they served each man his own God, except Noah and his household. And all those who were under his counsel knew knew Yahuwah in those days.
So we know that because of his upbringing, that gave him a head start. Like they gave him a cushion. But that still don't mean, there is so much that happened to Abraham, or Abram at this time, that we're not even going to even touch the surface of, because there was a prophecy about him. There was a prophecy about Moshe. They tried to kill him when he was a baby too. They ended up killing his brother. We're going to read about that later.
All over the land.
Actually, he got 2 of his brothers ended up getting killed.
The only ones that served Yahuwah.
Exactly. So we're going to keep going. Jeremiah, if you don't mind reading here, you can take mine because I got it on the screen. 11 through 15.
So 11 through 15.
Yes, sir.
And Abraham the son of Terah was waxing great in those days in the house of Noah, and no man knew it, and the Lord was with him. And the Lord gave Abram an understanding heart, and he knew all the works of that generation were vain, and that all their gods were vain and were of no avail. And Abram saw the sun shining upon the earth, and Abram said unto himself, surely now this sun that shines upon the earth is God, and him will I serve. And Abram served the sun in that day, and he prayed to him. And when evening came, the sun set as usual. And Abram said within himself, surely this cannot be God. And Abram still continued to speak within himself.
So what is he doing now? He's scrutinizing. He's
Yeah.
investigating. But didn't it just say that the Most High was with Abram?
Yeah.
So why is he looking for other gods?
It's the way of the days back then. You
Right.
know?
Even today.
Man.
It's more so now than it was back then.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And Abram still continued to speak within himself. Who is he who made the heavens and the earth? Who created upon earth? Where is he?
Wow.
Keep going.
Because he's what? What is he doing?
Investigating.
Diligently seeking him.
Okay. I wouldn't say keep going because, well, we're gonna end up getting there. Hold on. My computer stopped freezing.
That's crazy.
6 through 15.
So, but, because the first commandment is we're not supposed to place any Elohim before the Most High.
Right.
And he's what? He's looking like, man, it's got to be the sun.
It's gotta be until the sun goes down.
No, it's the moon. I was tripping. I was slipping. Man, it could be the stars.
But it makes sense though, because if you don't have a relationship with the Most High, you don't know.
You don't.
So until you actually start questioning, like, hey, I need to know,
Investigate.
you're gonna find out.
So I'm gonna ask you guys three questions. So, how did Abraham know Yahuwah, but not know who he was? Because he walked with the Most High, right? He walked with Yahuwah. Was he not taught to create his ways from his youth? Did Noah not bring him up in the way he's supposed to go?
Yeah.
So what is he searching for then?
His own his own way of knowing who God is. His own personal way.
And then we see him going after trying to find who the Most High is, but he's going.
Going up the wrong path.
Right.
Yeah.
And it still said that it said the Lord or Yahuwah was with him. So the Most High was still with him because what was he doing?
He was still seeking him.
He was diligently
Looking for him.
seeking.
Yeah.
He didn't want to worship the creation. He was trying to get straight to the Creator.
Yeah.
To the Creator.
And he was trying different things trying to find out who
Right.
the Creator was. Yeah.
Right.
That's why he was looking at everything around him and what's going on.
Exactly.
Because Noah had a different, relationship with God. So everybody does. Not everybody's relationship is the same way.
But
God's
Noah
wisdom.
knew how to properly serve the
I
Most
know.
High.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like you said, Noah had his own personal.
Yeah. Relationships.
You know.
Yeah.
So we're done with Jasher 9 because then it's going to go into a lot of stuff about the tower and all this other kind of stuff. So now we're actually going to go to Jasher 11.
Okay.
You know how to adjust it? I can
I
adjust
think
it.
so. I got it. I think.
So we're going to go Jasher 11 and we're going to start at verse 13.
If you already there,
And in the 50th,
just switch chapters.
Hmm.
don't start. And in the 50th year.
Yes, on the screen. Yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
You said 11, right?
Yeah,
I'm
starting
over
at verse 13. No, you're right. Starting at verse 13.
Yeah.
Jasher
And-
11, starting at 13.
And in the 50th year of the life of Abram, son of Terah, Abram came forth from the house of Noah and went to his father's house. And Abram knew the Lord, and he went in his ways and instructions, and the Lord, his God, was with him.
So how does he know him? How is he walking with him, but he still doesn't know him? And like how? Make it make sense. And then it says he's following instructions. We know that that's covenant, so that means he was following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. But he still didn't know. So you can know these things and not know the Most High?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's what that's saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
People do it today.
To this day.
People go to church, do the same thing.
To
Follow
this day.
commandments and don't even know God like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's easy to do. And Terah, his father, was in those days still captain of the host of King Nimrod, and he still followed strange gods. And Abram came to his father's house and saw 12 gods standing there in their temples. And the anger of Abram was kindled when he saw these images in his father's house. And Abram said, as the Lord liveth, these images shall not remain in my father's house. So shall the Lord who created me do unto me in 3 days, time I do not break them all.
So he said, look,
Wow.
either I'm going to destroy these things or the Most High is going to destroy me in 3 days.
This is
Point-
crazy.
Point blank, period. Because we got to know, like, our people did not play about the Most High, about the covenant. We didn't. And you see, Abraham was like, man, or Abram at the time was over here like, man, I got to find him. I got to find the source. I got to find the creation. I got to find the creator of the universe and not the universe. I don't want to serve the creation. I want to serve the creator.
Right.
The creator. And you're going to see this later. That's the whole reason why I brought this up.